a real good tone setter from.
That's a good start. Sean
hasn't done too much of that, so a little bit of relative inexperience at the top. Temba Bavuma, Tristan Stubbs, David Bedingham and Carl Verena have been the middle order that's done them really well.
Stats are good for both the four slips.
And that's a real good tone setter from.
That's a good start. Sean Pollock, it feels like good bowling conditions.
Yeah, now coming into this game, there's no doubt Australia would come in as the favourites, but...
Hayden, what are you saying to yourself?
You're terrified. Smile on his face here, Polly. But...
And as an opener in these conditions...
Know that you're going to be in for a tough time. You've got the fast bowlers that have had the chaff bag on all night. They eat the hay overnight, that's what it is.
And Rabada is the key. He's done it so...
And the surfaces tend to get better and better through the summer. It's possible for a bowling. It's
very strong, good memories of this. Tall, quick enough. His domestic cricket here for middle. Good, solid defence. He has the technique to be successful at the top of the order. He plays it.
Cameron Green.
Right. Short ball, just shoveled really, didn't try and belt it. It will go down the slope.
Yeah, but that does tell it.
If you can't get rid of them, because that... Nice drive. Not overhit at all. Will not get to the rope. And just the two
to come to him. Playing late. Handling. You can see this pitch will quicken up.
gone. Success. And the first one for South Africa. A beautiful piece of bowling, and they've got a prize in Kawaja.
And I think an excellent catch from first slip Bedingham. I think he just got distracted by the move.
He adjusts well.
That may have just hit the bottom of the bat. First boundary and most unusual. Another one. Two in the over. South Africa are on fire, and Rabada has removed Green just like that. Two great slip catches and one over.
Smithy catching, brilliant catching from the South Africans. Rabada on fire. So many South Africans getting on a plane. You look at the clouds in the half an hour. His lead bowler, Rabada, has delivered for him, taking the pressure off the decision.
As is this man.
When the sun comes out, it'll be a very different length to when they get used to it. But like any coach, take a bit of credit.
There's his hands. Cannot believe that. Over to a little bit of a counter punch. Critical parts of the match.
Someone will have to stay in the same team hotel, England. But that's what we need to watch. How consistent.
And there's one that beats the outside edge. Confidently onto the front foot. He's just pushed a few for a couple of runs, this time a little bit more aggressive to find the boundary.
In England, they want you as well towards the ball. Finding that
back into Test match cricket after that's the length. That's the length he needs to be at.
Stuart Broad really enjoyed that one. If one goes down early, then everyone can just get a bit jittery and a bit nervous. But to take two brilliant catches like they have done so far in the first 10 overs, bowling might look like a simple leave, but it's... Yeah, I had a mindset with Marnus Labuschagne that I thought he was trying to leave it. Where he's coming in to
Mulder into the attack. What a responsibility he's got for this test match.
But at the moment, we're in.
That's four. Yes, drifting onto the pads. Just the start Australia would have wanted straight away after the drinks break. Easy pickings here for...
We've always bent with the field positioning, but...
You mentioned he's got a good pair of hands for Australia. Cam Green who covers the...
One in there.
Oh, he's got it in the gap. He couldn't have split the field better.
And he almost looked like he was going to bail out in it because he was so conscious of leg slip. It was almost looked like a, I'm going to play at this, and then sort of looked to leave it, but it worked out. Sean
Gets in at least a... Edge not carrying.
That's what we touch on, and that's the reason why when it's going down the slope, you have to try and get your second slip and gully to be as close. 3 slips in a gully with the length that he is for South Africa. They had Dane Patterson, who's effective.
You mentioned Polly's worked hard on his action. What sort of corrections?
Have. Like explains the ball do. In general, if it's a neutral, it's a beautiful place to.
Session of a test match.
He was saying cover comes in, so they've decided to go.
Oh, nicely played. It's in the gap as well and into the boundary. It's the first real expansive shot from Steve Smith.
Yeah, 41 for 2 after the ball, and then you play the most.
He's taking evasive action, so he'll get 4. Leg buys will be signalled.
We saw earlier on.
Oh, he's got him. The finger's gone up. There you go. It's South Africa getting their number 3. And Labuschagne shaking his head.
Yes, it's brilliant from Janssen. I was maybe asking him to come over the wicket.
To be coming out to bat.
Yeah.
It's facing the tall Marco Janssen.
South Africa, it's a good point.
He's got that one, Travis Head. You give him 2 opportunities, he'll get one of them. He is underway, and the Aussies like the sight of Travis Head on this mode. It's 53.
In that they only take 1 or 2.
Smith goes for that, gives it absolutely everything, and a couple of boundaries late here in this session for Australia.
Yeah, you said it's maybe a little counter.
Little touches there down the leg side. What a catch! The rain has taken an absolute screamer, and South Africa are jubilant because they have owned this first morning's play, and they have caught brilliantly.
Well, South Africa, look at Calvin Rain, so happy.
Standing.
And it's paid off.
But
And Mulder as well.
the morning, quite honestly,
Was fighting hard.
To get better for batting as after lunch.
It's always really important in
6 overs. Short, wide, and Steve Smith absolutely belts it.
Yeah, he's got beautiful hands, Smith.
Shape, and he goes with the swing. At no stage did he try and keep that down. It was short, it was wide again, but it just shaped on Steve Smith.
But it's that sort of movement that...
Now that's closer, that is closer, still not out. Marco Janssen much more interested in that one. Is Temba Bavuma? He is. There's those hands again. He doesn't really move. It's a beautiful drive on the up.
Yeah, we're seeing some risk cricket here.
The sun has now come out here at Lord
With the slope.
That's through. So extra width there, and Bo Webster doesn't miss out.
You just don't want Steve.
He's cut hard. As
very consistent, has got
talk about partnerships and batting and partnerships in the
gets on the back foot and just straight pulls it down the ground. Short of a length, and Smith so quickly into position. A couple of bounces, so pressure on spin immediately.
You have to be totally honest, he bowled 4 to swing.
Drifting onto the legs, and that's a fatal error any day of the week in any condition.
This is the problem for South Africa. The drop-off between Jansen and Rabada line.
Otherwise, that'll happen. Give him too much width because he has a big stride forward. Not there. Just take a player out of that area, and it's a pretty big illustration of... Oh, yes, what a catch that is! That is all about cool, calm, and reaction. A big man takes a big catch, and they've got the one they wanted, and it's a bonus. It's Markram.
Yeah, we reckon he's on to change the ends for the other bowlers. We looked at his stats, averaging 80.
And has a pretty handles. It's a glorious shot. It really is a trademark of Webster packing the offside now. Oh, inside edge, and that'll run up the hill. Bonus runs for Webster. Australia will take every crumb at the moment.
Yeah, once again, it's
25 minutes.
That's it, his strength. And it's a flashing blade from Alex Carey. You give him room, he's going to come after you. Fine shot. And he picked up length quickly. And just hammers it away. Second bounce. Oh, that's gone through. He'll get 4.
It's up. 4 more. Down to third man in the gap between Gully and second slip. But I think it will make it slower and slower. I think
Webster just before tea didn't take you on.
And sweeps. Players will leave the field for a cup of tea.
Stand out for South Africa is that one of Steve Smith. Important partnership between Smith and Webb.
down from the nursery end, and crucially,
Court run rate being maintained.
They've been disappointed a little bit with the way they bowled.
Here for both Webster and Carey, just it
Through. We need to watch.
there was a very definite
Easier for him to start.
bowls in. Loves the sweep shot, loves all types of sweep shots, particularly against left arm orthodox spin. It's worked for him so well in his career, but not today. As batters, he's played some important. Has been the go-to spinner for South. Bowls in. Rabada picks up his third. He has been the man for South Africa today.
Yeah, there's a quality delivery. We've seen lots of away movement. He's bowled from the nursery end. He's used the slope.
Pat Cummins, which will take place in India this September. Ken Webster. That's a shot he loves. Don't bowl that length to Bo Webster.
Yeah, we probably haven't even seen 10. Don't want Australia to get 250 apart.
Tickled fine. There's another 4.
Yeah, big runs these for Australia.
And it's taken. The slips cordon have been on song. Also on song is Rabada. That is his 4th. He passes Alan Donald. In the middle at Lords. Let's rephrase that and say.
Sticks around and stays injury-free. Yeah, been a few South African people in the other home dressing room over the years. We've got 10.
There, through the defences once again. South Africa very quickly going through the tail of Australia.
You might have thought he would come over the wicket and see if he could trap.
Doing it now, and he needs to do it well. Oh, I don't know how you get through that, and then you have to deal.
It's been superb.
And there it is. What a moment for Kagiso Rabada. It's the second time on this ground at the home of cricket that he has taken 5 for. He goes on the honours board. He wraps up the Australian tail. And South Africa, after winning the toss and sending Australia in, will be wrapped